3 ways you can solve the low feedback problem on eBay. Step 1, using your eBay account to not only sell but also make purchases. This is critical, and the bigger the seller account that you buy from, the more likely they're going to give you the feedback straight away. So accounts that have been around for a while that have big stores generally will have their accounts to set feedback on auto after every time they sell something. So when you buy from these guys, you're going to get the +1 to your feedback, which is very, very important. Number 2, with the low feedback issues on eBay, is having high seller standards. And I've talked about this multiple times across various different videos, as have others. You don't want to be sending cards and other stuff that you're selling on eBay packaged badly, no tracking, etc. Things like that. And the higher you can have your standards and have that across the board, no matter if you're sending something cheap or something expensive, have a really strong set of standards where the package is not going to be damaged. Use tracking even on cheap stuff. It's going to get the people that purchase from you to give you some strong feedback. Number 3 on the list of what to do when dealing with low feedback from eBay, and I will talk about this in greater depth in a coming video, having a basic seller strategy. This is anybody can do this, and it's very, very simple to do. If you want to start out selling cards and making any sort of money at all, jumping straight into it and selling top-end stuff is going to be difficult with a very, very low feedback score. It just is, because people aren't going to trust you. You're not going to have that trust. So outside of step 1 and 2 to increase it, step 3 would be implementing a basic strategy such as selling cheaper stuff at the front end of your selling career and working your way up the ladder. People are more likely to trust you selling a $5 to $10 item versus a $50 to $100 to a few $100s worth of an item. That's just how things are. Even as eBay is a trusted place to buy and sell, it really is. I've had very little issues with 10 plus years. The strategy there, and that worked for me, I sold cheaper end cards valued at anywhere from $2 through to $50 to start off with, and people are comfortable buying that because it's a low risk for them. This works, and you can build up your average item sale as you progress over the years. That's just a long-term strategy, and it's an important one to implement. The only drawback to that is that even at the bottom end of things, selling really cheap cards, and you still have to maintain a high selling standard. So you still have to have high standards around, especially around postage, and even adding in tracking and stuff like that. I do have other videos that you can check out that'll show you how to provide cheaper tracking at scale for cheaper end items so that you're not losing out too much money. Because if you're looking at it as a business perspective, and some people are on here just trying to, pump and dump and make a lot of money fast, and that's a really bad way to look at things. If you're looking at things over a long period of time and trying to assess the whole scope and the whole journey, you really have to implement that even at the bottom end, and it will start to turn over profit as things go by and you get more years behind you. That's just how it is. So that's one of the drawbacks, and it's probably the main one, is that you still have to invest heavily at the bottom end of things.